Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so wonderful to be with you all. It's been a while since we've all been on Zoom, and I personally am grateful that I haven't had to set up this bizarre Zoom setup that I have, stacked on cookbooks and weird things just to get the right angle. It's nice to be back at the temple, whenever we can. But it's also, we're sitting in this holiday, this weekend of gratitude. And I've been thinking a lot about what it means to offer gratitude, to be thankful, and consistently. Thanksgiving comes once a year. And that's usually the time when we're a little bit more open and willing to share our thoughts about what we're grateful for. And yet, there are 364 other days. And Judaism usually invites us into offering blessings. And there is a teaching that says that we are to offer 100 blessings a day, which is like, wow. Like, it's like, it took us like every part of our being to say one thing that we were grateful for around the Thanksgiving table. Imagine 100 blessings every day, 365. But let's just settle in. Before we light these candles that Jenny's going to light for us, just close your eyes just for a moment and think about one thing, not 100, just one thing that you're thankful for right now as Shabbat enters our homes, enters our hearts. And we'll open our eyes and we'll invite Jenny to light our Shabbat candles for us this evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
Thank you, Jenny. And I also wanted to say how grateful I am that we can hear Michael Alfera now as well. Normally, whenever we do Zoom, he joins us just at the beginning for piano, just at the end for piano, because we don't have the right technology to get him in. But they're in the same room, so let's take advantage of that. Let's bring that Shabbat spirit all night long. We'll continue on page 21 if you're following along in our online Siddur. We'll begin with Psalm 96, Shir Adonai.
Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Adonai, כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני, שיר חדש.
I know it's strange, even though it's 80 degrees outside. It is starting to feel a little bit more like fall. The leaves are beginning to slowly make their way off the trees and onto our sidewalks and our lawns. If you get a chance to brave the heat and head outside, you'll see that fall is indeed happening. It's getting darker earlier. And Shabbat is that beautiful intersection of the seasons changing, of nature singing of that change, of us experiencing that change. We've just sung Ya'alos Sadai about the trees and the birds in the field singing and praising God and all that they are blessed to be a part of. And we'll continue now with Psalm 29. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yivarech et Amo Vashalom. May God grant strength to our people. May God bless us with peace, just as God has blessed the universe.
Adonai Oz, Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yivarech et Amo. Adonai Oz, Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yivarech et Amo.
We continue with that bridge between nature, the world around us, and humanity. We're on page 29, Lecha Dodi. I'll only be singing the bolded verses, not the entire prayer. So please join us.
שהגיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, בשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, בראש מקדם נשמחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת תקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורח קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, ילדה ילדה ילדה, פני שבת וקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה יללה יללה, פני שבת וקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובשורה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה יללה יללה, פני שבת וקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה יללה יללה, פני שבת וקבלה. That's great. I could hear you singing.
That's right. We'll remain standing and we'll turn to page 36 for Baruch.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשיטתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו מה עשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
With Thanksgiving behind us now, it really feels like we are at the end of the year. And we're not quite there yet, but I know that many of us are excited to put this year behind us for the challenging reasons, for all the positive, just to start moving forward. And I hope that in the little bit of time that we still have in 2022, that we all find moments to stop, to reflect of what this year brought us, of the challenges, of the positive. What did we learn this year? How might we want to take what we experienced into the next year with us? The journey continues forward. We continue together. So with that, let us join together for Micha Mocha on page 39.
Okay, I want everybody to try this clap with me. Please try this clap with me. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you guys look great. Okay, here we go.
continue now on page 44 with our Amidah. We'll invite those who are able to rise, face east. We'll begin together and we'll continue silently with either the words on the page if we're following along, or perhaps just the words of our heart.
Adonai safatai tiftach ufia ki tehilatecha. If you have a Temple Israel Siddur, Modim Anachnu Lach is on page 48, but those are the only 3 words you really need to know to sing along with me. Modim Anachnu Lach. Modim Anachnu Lach. Modim Anachnu Lach. We thank you, God, for all your gifts. Modim Anachnu Lach. Modim We thank you, God, for all your gifts. Modim
So after gratitude, we also want to send a prayer of healing to all those in our lives, all those in our communities, all those around the world who are hurting and could use a Misha Berach at this time. And so if you'd like to, please share the name of someone out loud in the chat, or just hold them in your heart as we offer Ana Elna as our prayer of healing. So this week's Torah portion finally thrusts Isaac, our passive forefather, into the spotlight. And then almost immediately, that spotlight begins to dim. The portion begins with, "This is the story of Isaac, son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac." Okay? So we're just a little over 10% of the way through the entire Torah this week. And we just read about Isaac's near sacrifice by his father, and yet Torah is compelled to remind us as to who Isaac is. Like, we don't know who this guy is. Like, we've just been spending the last few chapters with him. We know who he is, and yet this is his story. He's the son of Abraham. All right, so we quickly then move on to Isaac's wife, who's struggling to get pregnant. And we learn that Isaac prays on her behalf. And when Rebecca finally does get pregnant, it's more of a struggle than she was anticipating. And so while she appreciates her husband's thoughts and prayers, she decides to approach God to see why she's in so much pain. And God explains to her that there are two nations inside of her. There are two separate people that are going to come from her body, and that the older shall serve the younger. Then we're introduced to Esau and Jacob. And there's a lot that we can explore in terms of their relationship, but I want to focus on two things that sparked my curiosity as I was rereading this portion this year. The first is something that didn't really click with me until just a few days ago. And obviously I knew that these two were brothers because Torah tells us that's the story, but Torah also goes out of its way to tell us that they're different. They are different nations. They are separate people. And it just didn't click to me that these two are twins. Like, they're more than brothers, they're twins. Like, they're actually almost the same. They're born at the same time. And Esau, the only things that we get from Torah is that Esau's distinguishing feature is that he has red hair. And Jacob's distinguishing feature is that he's holding on to Esau's heel as they come out. Torah doesn't give us a whole lot else, but maybe they were identical. And if they were twins with shared physical features, similar mannerisms, no wonder that Jacob felt that he had equal claim to the birthright. You know, like, what's so different between the two of us? Esau gets the birthright just because he was born first? No, thank you. And therein lies the second curiosity spark for me. The key difference between these two is not anything that either Jacob or Esau are even aware of. Rather, it's Torah that's offering us, the reader, a key insight. The details about how these two were born, the details about who they become. So again, Esau's defining feature is that he has red hair. He didn't choose this. Like, that's just genetics. He was literally born that way. Jacob, though, physically attaches himself to his brother, almost as though he's saying, I don't want to be left behind while you get to experience the world. And it's because of these distinctions that Torah offers that we start to better understand who these people may have been. And even though we're told that Esau is a man of the field, he's really just kind of doing what others are asking him to do. He doesn't seem to take initiative. He doesn't really value his birthright that he's set to passively inherit just by being the firstborn. And this is demonstrated by his willingness to hand it over for a bowl of soup, which he probably could have easily made, especially the kind of soups that they were making back then. Like, really, like, how hard is soup? Jacob, on the other hand, sees that something doesn't quite make sense for him. That there's some kind of injustice at play preventing him from getting what he believes should be his. And he goes out of his way to actively change the situation. And many scholars call Jacob's actions conniving, shrewd, sneaky, manipulative. And I think that up until I reread this portion this year, I agreed. But this year, I'm actually kind of proud of Jacob. Like, sure, Abraham was first approached by God to take on the responsibility of the covenant. And it just so happened to go through Isaac. And there's this guy named Moses who seems pretty swell who shows up in Act 2 of the Torah. But it's Jacob who we as Jews become connected to. Jacob doesn't sit back and wait for tradition to be reinforced. He doesn't prey on it like his father did when he wanted change. Jacob recognizes what he wants fixed, and he actively pursues that outcome. When Jacob confronts the angels in just a few chapters, he refuses to let go until he receives a blessing. Thus, his name changes to Yisrael, the one who wrestles or struggles with God. We become Israelites. We become the God wrestlers. And I personally am grateful that I'm part of a religion, part of a culture, a way of understanding the world that calls me to action. When I hear anti-Semitism back in the news, I want to help myself and other Jews feel pride to help combat that rhetoric. When there's yet another mass shooting, when hate crimes are committed, when I'm sadly reminded that this world is broken, I don't retreat into thoughts of hopelessness or despair. I begin asking, what can I do? How can we help? What needs to change? I'm also grateful that I'm a part of a TIOH community committed to intentional and active approaches to seeking change. In the next month alone, I don't know if you have seen the calendar, we'll talk about it at the end of the announcement, but in the next month alone, we have phone banks and postcarding opportunities on Wednesdays from 8 to 9 in the morning. We're hosting a free film screening and conversation next Wednesday, all about Israeli and Arab chefs cooking together, working towards change. Next Friday, we have our monthly TIOH Speaks, where we're going to be highlighting a few of our temple members who happen to be leaders of nonprofits, lighting the way down a path of righteousness. We're co-hosting our annual Christmas dinner, which has plenty of opportunities and sign-ups if you're interested. Our schools are engaged in their monthly and year-long actions. And just after the new year, we're going to be hosting some leaders and events from the Religious Action Center, California. The path forward is never easy. We actively wrestle with injustice because we are not a passive people. Our tradition teaches us that we're not required to finish the work, but we also just can't sit back and let the problems sort themselves out. I hope that we all continue to find the strength to pursue justice in our own ways together in this next year and for many, many years to come. I'll invite you all, if you're able, to rise and join us for Aleinu as we remind ourselves what it is that we're taking on, the responsibility that is on our shoulders. We're on page 282.
לפני מלך מלכי המלך
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'hashevota el vavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim. V'hashevota el vavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim. Ein עוד מלבדו, אין עוד אפס זולתו, אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד אפס זולתו, אחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, אחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד אפס זולתו, אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד אפס זולתו.
Our thoughts now go to that of memory and to all those we are remembering. At this time, our community is remembering Nathan Anker, Nora Dawn, Miguel Ferber, Mark Friedman, Lois Hauselman, David Hermelin, Blanche Katz, Adele London, Muriel Marks, Ada Mayer, Robert Naiman, Sonia Peck, Jeanette Rosen, Hyman Rubin, Bernard Satkin, Lillian Shefton, Herschel Silas, Lucille Swain, Lily Friarman Tornell, Richard Tufeld, Stanley Vernon, Harry Wilner, Bernard Yukelson. And we are in the first 30 days, Shoshim, of remembering Marcia Abelson and Harriet Wortman. And we also remember those killed last Saturday night in Colorado Springs: Kelly Loving, Daniel Aston, Derek Rump, Ashley Poe, Raymond Greenvan. If the name of your loved one has been shared out loud this evening, we'll invite you to rise if you're able. And if you have an individual you'd like to honor, we'll invite you, if you're able, to rise and hold their name, their memory in your hearts. You may offer it aloud as well. And if it's your custom, we'll invite you all to rise and stand with those remembering as we turn to page 292 and offer Kadisha Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, to support those remembering, as well as to say these words for those who have no one to say it for them. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yirateh ve'amlich malchuteh, v'chayachon u'vyomechon, u'chayid dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya, v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudasha brichu, La'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, be oh, say shalom, be shalom, shalom, May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Beautiful. We have a lot coming up, going on at our temple, in our community. We are, the best way for any of you to find out consistently what is going on is to sign on to our website, tioh.org. You can scroll down, and we've got kind of like a rotating ad, essentially, kind of moving through, and you can kind of click through, see what's happening. You can see our calendar. You can see months out in advance. We also send out newsletters. And if you aren't receiving those newsletters on a regular basis, please reach out to us. We want to make sure that you are getting all of the up-to-date news that is going on. And I believe that we have a few specific highlights we want to look at this evening. Is this true, Jan?
Yeah. Do you want to run through? Go.
Yeah, what do we got? I mean, we've got things going on, but I gotta see the image. I don't know what we got. I mean, I know what we have, but I want to make sure that I'm responding appropriately to the people. What we've got. Let's see. Oh yes, guiding hand. Here we go. So in our lobby, if you haven't had a chance to come through, Torah pointers on display, really beautiful. They're all works of art. They all have a story. Please join us in the building. Walk through on your own. You can also come by the office and schedule an actual tour with a staff member who knows a lot about all of these artist stories, what inspired them to create their Torah pointers. So come on by if you have a chance. Breaking Bread, I mentioned this earlier. Next Wednesday, we've got a film screening. It's free. Tickets are free. If you sign up online, my.tioh.org/breakingbread. It's in partnership with Newgrounds. It's a Muslim-Jewish partnership for change. We'll have hummus tasting. We'll have the film. We'll have a Q&A with the director afterwards. We hope to see you there. And then TIOH Speaks next Friday night, 7:30. We've got Abby, Dan, and Michelle, all Temple members here. TIOH Speaks is our monthly chance to spotlights, highlights, elevates what members of our TIOH community are doing. And all three of these individuals are on the board of incredible organizations, nonprofit work. So come on over, hear what they have to speak. We'll feed you as well. The food's been delicious at all of these events, and the guests are also just incredible to listen to. So we hope to see you there next Friday night. Hanukkah Marketplace. Hanukkah's coming up, everybody. Next Sunday, December 4th. It goes all day. 9 a.m. you can get there. Goes all the way to 3 p.m. We've got music, dancing, shopping. We got food. My daughter will be there. My 1-year-old daughter's going to be there. We've got a whole baby crawl race going on. You don't want to miss that. We've got a lot of fun things in store. You can get all your holiday shopping done early. And if you are interested, you can swing by our boardroom. Come on in for the Hanukkah Marketplace, but come on by to the boardroom at 10 a.m. We are doing a Tahara training for men, and Tahara is an incredible mitzvah that you provide to a community member when they have passed. You prepare their body for burial. It's a very, very spiritual work, a very spiritual deed. If you're at all interested or know a man who might be interested, please send them our way. Totally free. The information is going to be incredible. You'll be spending some time with both Rabbi Michelle and myself, in addition to a few other men who have signed up to learn how to enact this holy mitzvah. And then really God, look at that. Thursday, December 8th. So 2 weeks from now, we've got TIOH members on display. You can see them on the right side of the screen. We've got Amanda Breslow, David Weissman, Lauren Abalafia, Gary Gilbert, Evan Salama, Danny Klein-Modestet. They're all incredibly funny. They have incredibly funny stories to share with you all. So please join us, and you can sign up for tickets at my.tioh.org/really-g-d. Got to be respectful. And then we have a Hanukkah Havdalah coming up for the Bay Nimoy Early Childhood Center. It's going to be Saturday, December 10th. I believe it starts at 4, maybe 4:30. Regardless, come. It's going to be great. If you know of a family who has a little one, send them our way. We'd love to celebrate Hanukkah with them, and we'll be doing so on Saturday, December 10th. Oh, lovely. I love that this made it. Great. TOH men are going to be hosting a casino night January 19th. We've been talking about it, and I'm glad we finally put it on the calendar. I love it. So save the date, place your bet. We've got casino night at the temple. It's going to be a blast. And that's all I want to say for now, because I do know that we have some fun things, secret things planned for that. James, thank you behind the scenes. Jenny, thank you for giving us your voice, your spirits, your strings this evening. Michael, thank you for the keys and for your vocals. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a restful Shabbat, and let us sing us out.
So this Kiddush melody is by Cantor Isaac Bahar. He was a Turkish Hazan at Sephardic Temple of Tiferet Israel in LA, and I wanted to introduce it to you. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות זברים רנן ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן כיוונו בחרת נתנו קידוש בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנך אותנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. Amazing. All right. And I think for the first time in the history of at least Temple Israel of Hollywood, we're going to be making motzi over a PB&J donut. So I'm in the Hanukkah spirit early. It's what we got in the house right now. We got to go grocery shopping. I'm grateful that we can. So let us say motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
So lovely to see you. Have a great night.
Oh,
Amazing.
yes. Shabbat shalom.